Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Leslie. Today I'm gonna be doing a old challenge. Well, it's not old, but like it's been done multiple times by almost everybody on YouTube. I don't remember exactly who started this challenge, but like if I find out who like actually started this, I'll link it down below in the description to give them their credit. But today I'm gonna be participating in that. I started doing makeup, like my own makeup, in high school, so like I didn't have any prior experience or anybody to really tell me like, oh no, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't look like that, because my whole makeup knowledge comes from YouTube, period. Like my mom's not like a super girly girl, so she never like wore makeup or anything. She used to say the most she'd ever do for like makeup is like mascara and like lip liner. So that's not much helped me. But I feel like I used to think I was really good at makeup until I look back at those pictures and I'm like, wow, you're really dumb for doing all that. Why would you do that? But yeah, so I'm gonna participate in that challenge because I think the way I did my makeup in high school is very different from how I do it now. So I think it would be really funny to like show you guys like how I used to do my makeup. And if I find the pictures, or if I happen to get them, I'm gonna post what I used to look like in high school, or like early 9th, 10th, maybe 11th grade-ish, because those were really, so I'm just gonna show you how I used to do it. I don't have the exact products that I wore in high school because I'm not gonna buy bad stuff. Like, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, let's get this started. Okay, so I put my hair back for obvious reason, but let me set the scene for you. Okay, so when I started doing my makeup, it was, like I said, in 9th grade. So I didn't really have like a vanity or any like proper mirror. I just had like some old mirror that my mom gave me, sat on a really high dresser that I used to have to get on my tippy toes to do my makeup because I couldn't really see the mirror. So I would have to like get up to see the mirror. You know what I mean. Okay, so I never used to care about skincare, so me doing skincare before makeup is not a thing. I used to, this is so cringe, but I used to wash my face with a bar of soap. So yeah, we're obviously not off to a good start, but I did used to use primer, so yay to that. The primer I used to use was the Benefit Poreless Primer, and I used to put that all over my face, not knowing that it was mostly used for this. But I have a primer just like it, which is the Elf Face Primer. It feels the same, it's just not the same color as it is, as we know the Benefit Professional Primer is like a light brown. This is just white. And I used to put a goop of it like this, rub it in my hands, and then just have it all over my face, just like that. And the foundation I used to use was the Sephora brand foundation. That was like the first ever foundation I've ever used. It was like this super pale, it was the number 33 medium beige or something, but it was super pale. I'm gonna mix together two to give you a sense of how my foundation used to look, because like I said, my knowledge of makeup came from YouTube, so I didn't really know about like matching foundations correctly. I just did what I could. So when it came to like trying to match a foundation to my face, I just took what I thought looked like my skin color and put it on my face. So the way I used to do makeup, like I wasn't super cringe. Well, yes, I was. I wasn't like, oh, I used to rub makeup on with my hands. No, I still used brushes, but the way I used brushes was very, very weird. So first I would take the foundation on my finger and smear it onto my cheeks with my finger. This is like making me gag internally. And I would put it on my forehead, my cheeks, and my chin first. And then whatever was left, I would take it on my finger and just put it wherever I wanted. So good coverage, right? And then I would take a brush similar like this and just I'll put it all over my face. not even caring that it's like not blended. I would just make sure that it's going all over. Ooh, it got in my eye. And this isn't the makeup that like I wore every day to school, but like picture going to like a high school dance that I wanted to get like gussied up for. This is how I would do it. This is exactly how I would do it. Like this, me doing this is taking me back to like going to a dance and like asking my dad for like $4 to
like, cause I need to get in, like it costs $4 to get in. How am I gonna get in without the $4?
And before you're like, okay, Leslie, that looks fine, like stop, like you're going to ruin your face, I would see this and be like, this isn't full coverage enough. So you know what I would do? I would take more foundation. I would take more foundation that was not my skin color. Keep in mind that this foundation was not my skin color. It was probably the shade I would use as concealer. So I would take some more. This is making me so mad at myself. Like, why did I do this? Like, I had no one to tell me better. But like, why did my mom allow this? Well, actually, my mom didn't like the idea of me wearing makeup, because I remember in 8th grade when I tried to put on mascara to go to the mall with my mom. I got in the car because I tried to sneakily put on the mascara, and I got in the car with her and she looked at my eyes and she was like, what are you wearing? And I'm like, just a little mascara. And she said, go take that shit off. And yeah, that was in 8th grade. So, you know, just a little more because I have no coverage. Oh, and don't forget the lips. I never failed. I said, I need to get foundation on these lips. Oh gosh, this is terrible. But I used to make myself look pale as fuck before I did my makeup. Like I'm turning into a ghost. James Charles flashback Mary who? Like, this isn't good. But this is how I would look. This is how I would look before going somewhere nice in like 9th or 10th grade. Like, this is how I wanted to go out. This is how I wanted to present myself to the world. Like this. Oh my god. And as I'm looking in this mirror, I look terrible. I don't know why I look different in the camera than the mirror, but I can assure you this is not looking good. So then, after I was like, okay, I look great, I would take a beauty blender. And I know you're probably thinking,
if you had a beauty blender, why didn't you just use that?
I didn't know. So I would take a beauty blender. I don't think I used this one. I think I used like some knockoff. And I would blend the area near my eyes because a brush can only get so far in. And I would blend that. And boom. I was like, yes. Now, as I've said before, I got my makeup knowledge from YouTube. So I knew all the steps. I knew primer, foundation, concealer, contour, bronzer. I knew everything, you know. I knew it all. I didn't leave anything out. I had all the steps. Were they correct steps? No, but they were steps. And I took those steps. Okay, so next what I did, because I didn't really have setting powder because I thought I didn't need it. So to let my foundation dry, I would start on my eyebrows. Now, the story of my eyebrows is quite a journey. This foundation lips is really bugging me, but the journey of my eyebrows has been a very long one. I struggled with my eyebrows for the longest. Like, I used to have really thick bushy eyebrows and my mom wouldn't let me get them waxed. So I would try and draw around my brows to make them look like a shape. Like a shape. And I didn't have like enough money to get like the Anastasia brow, all that stuff. I just had eyeshadows that looked like my eye, that had the same color of my eyebrow. So you can probably tell where this is gonna go. So first I used to use a eyebrow pencil. This one happens to be the one I used to use when I like first started using eyebrow pencils. But this pencil is actually a good, like, it's a good product, but the way I used to use it was not it. Let me show you. So first I would take this spoolie, I would comb out my brows, because you know that's gonna make it better. Let me move this mirror. Move. Oh. And I would color in. Oh, not to mention, when I got tired of having bushy brows, I shaved them off. That's why my eyebrows look like this now. Let me, okay, I can't zoom in, but this is my eyebrows look like this because I shaved them off. This part is normal, but I used to have very thick brows at the end, so I shaved them off and I just looked like this. Not ideal. So what I would do is I would take a pencil and I would fill in any spots where, like, I saw skin. Any place within my eyebrows that I saw my own skin, I said, no, 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 let's fill that in. And you might think, okay, that looks okay, like, that doesn't look too bad, like, you look presentable. That's not where I ended, though. After this process, I would take a very thick eyebrow brush that looked like this. This isn't the exact same product, but it looked like this. It was a bigger eyebrow brush because I thought, you know, I have big brows, I need a bigger brush. That was my logic. And I would take, okay, I had this product, I don't know what it was called, but I stole it from this girl. I gave it back to her, but I stole it. And it was a very opaque eyebrow powder that I used to draw on brows that I already had with. So let me show you. So the color was somewhere between this and this, basically black. So I'm gonna mix those two. And I would go below my brow. You can see where I'm going with this. So just keep watching. This is how my brow looked. But this is how it looked before I cleaned it up. You'll see how much worse it gets. You will see. And there was always that one brow that I would curve instead of arch, like I did here. I would just like bring it down. Because at this point, I was like,
this looks bad.
I shouldn't do this. But then I would be like, hey, I remember a trick. You can clean it up with concealer. And I would take a very light concealer and clean it up. These aren't like the exact products I used. Just saying again, because I wasn't going to go out and buy products that I'm not going to use. And before you're like,
oh, Leslie, you smeared it a little.
That was fine to me. That was fine. Ooh, I just took off some foundation. You see that? How I smudged it? I didn't care. I would just be like, oh, whoops. Like an idiot. And then I would take my fingers, you know, the same fingers that I used to put on the foundation. I would take my fingers and blend it out. And then you know how I was like, oh, you smeared it. Just wipe it away, you know. Who cares how you look? Now, my eyebrows weren't this thick, but they were this dark. Actually, no, they were this thick. Because I remember seeing a picture where this is how I had my brows. They're a little longer, but I don't really know how to create that same caterpillar effect that I used to do. My artistry has died away. So after I would do my brows, you know, I was like, yes. I would contour. And I used to use a contour palette that was sort of like the one that I own now, but very non-name brand. I would take a brush like this, dip it in the lightest shade. Oh, I'm forgetting about concealer. So I would just do the triangle method that I saw everyone do, and do the triangle method. I'm over here trying to do it nice, but like, this is so bad. And when I tell you that I did triangles, I did triangles. And then I would do a cross on my head. And then I remember I would try and like do cute little hearts. But and then I wouldn't let it dry like I do now to, you know, get coverage. I would just take my beauty blender and blend it out. Cause why would I want full coverage, you know, when I could just blend it into my skin and look like that. Oh, also, let me set the scene a little more. I would always have my hair in a very high bun that would sit on top of my forehead, or I would flat iron it to a crisp. My signature looks. Blend out this. I'm in pain. And I know like this doesn't look bad now, but just wait. So now, like I said, I would contour after I did all that, because, you know, after putting in so... Also, it took me so long to do my eyebrows in the morning. I remember my eyebrows would take me the longest. Why did I say it like that? But my eyebrows would take me the longest to do, just for them to look like this every morning. Ugh. Then I would take... Okay, I don't have a brush like the one that I did before, but it would be like an angled contour bronzer brush. I don't know. But I would take the lightest shade right here, but not in this palette. I had a different palette. It was a non-name brand. I think I got it from some girl. But I would take the lightest shade and do that. Okay, so then I would take another brush, or the same brush, but this, I'm gonna take a different brush, and I'm going to go into the darkest shade. Not even like cute. I would drag my brush in the powder. That's what I used to do. But I could have sworn the color I used to use was much more gray. It was not this warm. I would look like a walking corpse. And then I would blend it with more of the color. And this is how my cheeks would look. Like, if I find any of these pictures, I would, because I remember I took a picture at a school dance once. It wasn't my school dance, it was another school dance. And somebody took a picture of me with flash. And it didn't look bad at the time. If anything, I think it was a picture that I posted on Instagram and thought I looked so good in. But when I looked back at the picture, I looked like a corpse. But yeah, so let's continue. I would barely blend it out because I thought if I keep blending it, it's gonna go away. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, I think I did a little too much on this side. Sorry. Also, I did not like blush. around this time. I was not a lover of blush. I used to think, what do I need blush for? It's not gonna show up on my face. So I didn't use it. And I look like this. So then, now onto the eye makeup. I had a signature makeup look. I would take any old rinky-dink. Actually, it was this brush. I remember my mom bought me this brush because she was like, I know you like makeup, so I got you a brush. And I thought it was the nicest thing she's ever done for me. I thought, this is the height of motherhood. This is the height of love. Somebody buying me a makeup brush. I would take a color similar to this one, and I would put it all over, because I don't think I have like any real eyeshadow palettes. Like, I wouldn't, it just wasn't a thing. Like, it was something that I only thought real makeup artists use. And I would put it all over like a transition color, and I would just put it all over my lid. Actually, this is a lie. I didn't like the way it being all over your lid looked, so I would try and take my finger and bring it down. Oh, I just messed up my foundation. I look rough as fuck. But I would keep that color just down here because I thought eyeshadow was not supposed to touch your brow bone. So I kept it down here. Let me try and fix something. Yup, that's exactly how it looked. And I would keep it down here. And I would either do one of two things. I would either take a goldish color, like from highlighter or something, and put it in the middle, or I would take a white color, which most of the times I would take white. Don't know why, but I did. So I would take a color like this. I don't know if you can, like this. And I would usually get it from like a contour kit or something. Then have a palette, like I said. And I would put it all over my lid, just like this. Literally, this is how I did it. And if you know me, you know I don't really care for eyeliner that much. But back then, eyeliner was the only thing that made me think I looked beautiful. So I would take an eyeliner like this and ruin my face even more. And you're probably like, wow, this girl just did her makeup in like less than 30 minutes. Because I have places to be, okay? I couldn't sit here and spend forever doing makeup. No, no, no. I know I messed up right here, but here's what I would do. I would just make it thicker. Like, oh, I messed up, let's just put more eyeliner over it. And I hated this little divot, so I would always straighten it. This is how I did it, like literally. I was not good at makeup, like, at all. But I swore I was. Like, I even tried to do people's makeup. Like, I made a whole account and everything, like just plugging my makeup when that was not the thing to do. I don't know why these wings are coming out so good, but back then they came out like little craps. So, and I didn't really care about how close it was to my lash line. Ooh. Oh well. You know what young me would have done? Ignored it. Or put some more eyeshadow over it, like that's supposed to fix anything. But yeah, this is my look. And then I would take highlighter, and I used to love watching people who put on a lot of highlighter. And I would just take my fan brush, because I thought I was doing something. And just do that. Ooh, I do not like using highlighter now. I don't know. But I would do it until like you saw it. Like the aliens in Area 51 would be able to see this highlight because it was so bomb, you know? Then I would do it on my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, because I swore my chin needed some highlight. And then my forehead, a little more on my chin. Then I thought I must have red lips to go with this lip. I always wore red lips like if I was going somewhere, but like to school I wouldn't wear red lips because they would obviously be like, okay, well you need to go, because no. Actually, no, I have a treat. Okay, so the first ever colored lipstick I owned was this one, the Kylie matte liquid lipstick. I wore this on my first day of junior year. I don't know why. And we were taking pictures that day too, so I took pictures in this. I had the lip liner at first, but I obviously ran out because I used it so much. But yup, this is literally how I did it. This is how I did my makeup. No setting spray. Just let it dry. I don't know what else to say. I'm mortified. Wow, I really do look like how I looked when I used to do my makeup. Like this is very accurate. And it's taking me back to really bad times. But yeah, I can't remember anything else that I did because I know it was a lot. I used to do the extras, but I don't know what else to really do because like I'm embarrassed. Like this isn't it, chief. This isn't a look. This isn't a vibe. This is a curse. And I can't believe I used to really do my makeup like this. Like I really thought this was the pinnacle of beauty. This was the height of beautifulness. Oh, that's not it. I'm forgetting mascara. Because I used to pack mascara on like a crazy person. I didn't usually wear falsies because I didn't know how to apply them. So I would take a bunch of mascara and put it on. I would even take the ends and put it on the end. Like, you know, this little gloopy part, I would put that directly onto my lashes. And then I would do that. Sometimes, like a crazy person, I would rub the mascara on my bottom lash so it looked like eyeliner. This is how I look. This is how I attended school dances. This is how I would go to nice events. This is how I would go to winter formals. This is how I would look online. This is how people saw me. And I wonder why I was single all of high school. This is no exaggeration. This is it. Like, I'm so in shock. Like, even my eye, like, this is how I would look. So yeah, if you liked what you just watched, maybe give this video a like, a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want. The choice is yours. Yeah, let me know if you have any other video ideas because this Wasn't it, Chief? Good night.
I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the trigger. If a nigga wants some smoke, I let it chop.
This was the worst decision I've ever made.